What's going on, my people? It's Champion Yogi, and it's time for flow. We're gonna go through some sun salutations today. So if you love those 12 sun salutation series that I put together, this is one. Welcome to the party, baby. Let's have some fun. Today, we're gonna go through those 12 sun sal A's. Remember, I'm gonna show you a couple different ways to do it. So if sun sal sounds like a lot, and 12 of them sound like a lot, make sure you're taking them on your own level, right? You're taking those modifications, bringing it down a little bit. If it sounds like, nah, man, we can use a little bit more, make sure you're ramping it up a little bit, taking those extras, doing this stuff to make it a little more challenging for yourself. Today, we're going to focus on balance right there in the center of those sun salutations as we build that flow. So we're going to stand on one foot a couple different ways. Now, remember how balance works. If you fall to the left, there's too much weight to the left. If you fall to the right, there's too much weight to the right. So try to bring everything to the center. Try to stay nice and stacked. Be supported in your spaces. Go slow through the transitions. The faster you go, the more momentum you build. You build momentum, something has to catch it. And we don't need anything catching anything. Let's just go nice and slow down these transitions and take your time. Remember, balance does take a little bit of time. It's not necessarily a talent thing. Everybody can do it. Balance even works if you do it with rocks. You just have to get all the weight to the center. So make sure you're checking on your body, your hips, your shoulders, your head, where all those things are leaning because they do impact and have a play in your balance. And can stay strong in those core muscles. Keep your core muscles nice and engaged, and that way your tower is nice and strong in your spaces. All right. Let's start with our first sun salutation. We won't do any balance in these first two. Let's just get a nice sun salutation in there. Let's do it. So let's find our mountains right here at the top of the mat. You want to bring your toes and your heels equally apart, about as wide as your hips is usually a good space. Let me zip up so I don't slide my hands in my pockets or do something crazy. Ankles is over the heels, so you're nice and strong here. Maybe you want to lift those toes and play around with them. An important note here when it comes to your balance, your toes are super important, right? Having them balled up and scrolled under means they are now not a part of your balance, and they're super important to be in your balance. So don't let this happen. Spread those toes out, give them some space, allow them to cover as much surface space as you can. Remember, it's easy to balance on a sidewalk, this big old open space. It's hard to balance on a tightrope when it's nice and tight, in one space, right? So try to let your foot take up as much space as you can, and that'll help out with your balance, okay? Again, toes, heels equally apart, ankles over the heels, knees are over the ankles, hips are over the knees. You're going to lengthen your spine nice and long and roll the shoulders back so they stack over the hips, and then bring the top of your head to the very top of your body, okay? We're going to start by taking an intentional breath. Let's take the right hand over the belly, left hand over the chest. Take a deep inhale. Blow it all out. Exhale. Good. Now let's roll the hands around a little bit. Warm up the wrists. Open and close the hands a little bit. Give the hands some space. Move the shoulders and the elbows. Allow them to wake up and say that they've done something before we get started. Maybe some side body stretches, leaning the shoulder away from the hip to lengthen out the side body. Twist around the front. Give yourself that opening. Allow your spine to move a little bit and have some space. A big roll of the head all the way around from the left side to the right side and have that space. Remember, this is a vinyasa flow. These sun salutation A's are done in the vinyasa speed. So flow with your breath, not my pace, not what I'm saying. Take your time, use your breath and flow. We'll all meet back in those same spaces as we always do, okay? Make sure you're getting the most out of your practice. Let's do that again. Toes, heels, equally apart. Weight into the heels of your feet, ankles, knees, hips, long through the spine, top of the head, top of the body. This time, you bring the left hand over the belly, the right hand over the chest. Take a deep inhale. Blow it out. Exhale. Good. Relax the hands down. Let's do some lower body. Shift from side to side. Let's find a little balance right here, right? You feel all the weight shifted over into this foot as you roll this ankle out clockwise and counterclockwise. Maybe see what happens if you move this leg around. Pull that knee in and rotate it out. Take it back the opposite direction, rotate it out and back in. See if that starts to impact your balance. If it is, that usually means you're going too fast and now something's being thrown and pulled over into a space. Slow the movement down. Take the time and feel that balance. Make sure we do both sides. Roll that ankle out, roll that hip out. Take the time to give your body the space to warm up. A little bit of a squat quad chair right here, waking up, rising up onto those toes, giving the ankles a little bit of movement, a little bit of space. Wherever lower body shifts you need, have them right now. And now it's time to sun salutation flow. Find your mountain, toes, heels equally apart. Weight into the heels of your feet, ankles, knees, hips, along through your spine, top of the head, top of the body. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Remember through your upward hands, you always want to take the space you need. First, let these shoulders relax down and melt down away from those ears, okay? Then let these biceps start to work their way back. Some of us, this is going to be a little tight. We're going to need to take a little space. Some of us, this is not going to be enough. We're going to need to bring it all the way in. It's your choice as long as you can keep those shoulders relaxed and as long as you can work those biceps back in that direction. Not always behind the ears, just in that direction. Exhale, come to your forward fold. Bend your knees enough so your belly can find your thighs. Once it does, allow the top of your head to melt down towards the mat. And then from here, we'll find some stretch into these hamstrings. You'll press into the heels, lift the hips up just a little bit. You'll start to feel that engagement. Keep that body to thigh connection though. Try not to lose that. You can bring your hands behind the legs, or you can start to warm up by just shifting from left to right to left to right. Take as much stretch into these legs as you can feel comfortable with, but not enough to separate your body from your thighs. Keep a little bend so that always stays in. You feel that stretch right in those hamstrings. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the shoulders up to about the hip height. Try to keep your gaze down. Try not to look forward, bringing the back of your head towards your back. You want to keep your gaze, your neck nice and long. Shift a little bit of weight forward into your toes. So you feel that weight into the toes. And then you're going to press your belly down, lift your chest up, and that'll flatten out your back. Allow yourself to be supported with your hands over your knees or float your hands back next to your hips if you want a little bit more. Exhale, bend those knees again, come back to a fold. Allow your palms to come down to the mat. Once your palms come down, take as many steps as you need to find a high plank pose. So take the right foot to the back of the mat, the left foot to the back of the mat. Now, in this plank pose, if you need to, bring your knees down behind your hips and hold your plank just like this. You're still getting all that good plank work right here in this space. It's just not as challenging. If you like it, keep the knees up and have the one you like. We're going to go into our vinyasa flow. And this is a chaturanga first. So shift your shoulders forward just a little by pressing into the toes. Squeeze the elbows in and start to lower just a little bit. Maybe bring the shoulders all the way to the elbow height if you like a little more challenge, or keep it right up a little higher if you need that support. Again, knees can be down as we do this and still have our comfortable space. Inhale. We'll just flip the toes, let the hips start to sink down and lift the chest and come to the up dog. We'll squeeze those elbows into the side and hold this space. Maybe we roll the shoulders back, have a little bit more. Maybe we shift the body around. Maybe we even lift those feet. It's up to us. Have your comfortable space. And then exhale, tuck your toes. Take your hips towards the back of the mat. Lift up and find that downward facing dog. Start to pedal it out a little bit. You're pulling your belly towards the bent knee at the time. You're pulling your gaze through your arms towards your feet. You're still relaxing these shoulders down away from the ears and still rolling those elbows together, finding this length. Maybe your heels don't touch the mat. Try not to walk in to get that space to happen because that's not a goal, right? We don't really need that to happen. What we want to do is sink back into the space and lengthen out the spine. Now, take as many steps as you need. Go back to the top, right foot, left foot, all the way back to that forward fold. Start bending your knees as you walk in and get those heels back down and find that good fold again. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders up to the hip. Remember, flatten out that back. Exhale, fold. Bring it all the way back down. Now, with your chin into your chest, let's roll the spine all the way up to the top. Lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, head, and hands. We're going to have an intentional breath right here. Take a deep inhale. Blow it all out. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, belly to the thighs, and forward fold, sink back down. All right, we're going to flow through this one with a little more pace. So let's find that vinyasa flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift the shoulders as high as the hips. Press the belly down. Option to float the hands back. Exhale, fold. Bring the palms back down to the mat. Inhale, left foot goes back. Remember, take as many steps as you need, knees down or up. Vinyasa flow. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, rest into the heels, relax the shoulders, roll the elbows together. Take a moment to reset. And then we're going to go back to the top of the mat. Exhale, left foot, right foot, all the way back. Take as many steps as you need. One big step. Nice deep fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Option to float those hands back. Let the core muscles work a little harder. Exhale, fold all the way down and then roll the spine all the way up to the top. Shoulders, head, hands. Reach up nice and high. Exhale. Bring the hands to heart center. All right, we're going to get started with the L stand. So with the L stand, you're going to stand on one foot. The heel of the foot is where the strength is. The toes are about balance. So remember to bring the weight back into the heel. We'll bring one knee up into the chest. So we'll start on the left leg, bringing the right knee up into the chest. Then we'll hold onto that knee with our right hand. If it's in your practice, you can take your peace fingers and wrap them around that big toe right in front of you and extend that foot out nice and long, right at the hip height. Try to keep everything stacked into that space. But if not, just holding on to that knee. Again, find your balance. Wherever you feel the gravity pulling you is the direction you're leaning towards. Pull back just a little, find that comfortable space, engage and hold. Let's build those stabilizers. Right here at the top, toes, heels, equally apart. Wait until the heels, a little more speed. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up, relax the shoulders down. Exhale, bend the knees, belly to the thighs, and fold. Top of the head towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten the back, strong core. Exhale, palms to the mat. Step or float to the back. Right foot, left foot, high plank pose. And then here is your vinyasa flow. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, we're going to start with the right foot lifted. So we're going to start with the left leg. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged down dog. Good. Exhale, step the left foot to the top of the mat. Now, it doesn't matter how far you go. It can come back towards the center. This can be fine as well. So don't worry about how far you step in today's practice. You now shift your weight into this left foot. If you want, drag that right foot as you start to rise up and stand tall. And then you're going to pull the right knee up on your exhale. Take the right hand to the right knee. Hold the space. Lift those toes off the floor and hold here and breathe for just three, two, and one. Now we're going to go all the way back to that plank. So take the right foot, slide it back towards the back of the mat, and lower the hands down for a runner's lunge. And then inhale back to the plank. Left foot goes back. Here's another vinyasa. Knees up or down. Your choice. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Reset. Recover. Breathe. 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 Hold for three. Two, step or float back to the top of the mat. Right foot, left foot, right foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your spine all the way up to the top, shoulders, head, hands. Intentional breath right here. Take a deep inhale. Blow it all out. Exhale. Flatten out that belly. Blow it out. Strengthen those core. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, belly to the thighs, and fold. Good. We're doing the right side this time. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten the back. Exhale, fold, palms to the mat. Step, right foot back, left foot back, high plank pose, step or float. Your choice. Go through your vinyasa float, low plank, up dog. Downward facing dog. Rest into the heels. Relax the shoulders. Roll the elbows together. Here we go. Inhale. Right leg rises. Three-legged down dog. Exhale. Step the right foot forward towards the top. Get that whole foot down. Heel and toes. Start to lift by pressing into that front foot. Lift that back leg if you're looking for a little bit of challenge. Pull that left knee into the chest. Hand comes to the knee or to the toes and extend. Right hand is on the hip. Try to stack the shoulders over the hips. Lengthen the leg long. Hold and breathe for just three, two, and one. We're taking that left foot all the way to the back of the mat, coming back to the runner's lunge, bending this right knee to lower the hands down. Inhale back to a plank, maybe a little more challenge, floating this foot, low plank, up dog, downward facing dog. Nice. Shake it out, release, recover. We're taking it back to the top of the mat, right foot or float, left foot forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your spine all the way up to the top, shoulders, head, hands reach up nice and high. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. All right. Next up, let's play around with Warrior Three. We're going to do that same three-legged down dog. We'll step that same foot forward. Once the foot comes forward, we keep that leg behind us, lift it up off the mat, and pull the toes towards your nose. Your hands, your choice. They can come to some blocks if that feels good. Have that supportiveness to your balance. Let them be down and continue to find your balance. Check in with your body. What's your legs doing? What's your core doing, right? If that is not challenging enough, start to take the hands off the blocks and play around with them in your heart, out by your side. All the options, they're there for you. Play around, have some fun. Let's see what you like. Toes, heels, equally apart. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Relax the shoulders down. Exhale, bend the knees, belly to the thighs, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten the back. Exhale, palms to the mat. Left foot back, right foot back. High plank pose, vinyasa flow, low plank. Squeeze the elbows in, up dog. Flip the toes, lift the chest, down dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, rest into the heels. Inhale, left leg rises. Try not to let this left hip rise up. Keep everything in alignment, working on that balance. Exhale, left foot steps towards the top of the mat, and we're going to come to that warrior three. Use your back foot, press the weight forward, float that back leg up nice and high. You can bring your hands to your heart if you want a little bit more lift, or you can keep them down to your mat or your blocks, whichever feels good to you. Hold and breathe for just three. Gaze down so your spine stays long. Two and one. Back to your runner's lunge, back foot down. Good. Step back to the plank. Knees up or down. Vinyasa flow, low plank. Up dog, downward facing dog. You can still float a foot if that's in your practice. Have it the way you like it. Step or float. Back to the top. Left foot, right foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your spine all the way up to the top. Shoulders, head, and hands. Intentional breath. Inhale. Pull in as much air as you can. Exhale. Squeeze those abs as you blow it out. One more inhale. And then exhale, bend the knees, belly to the thighs, find that fold. Maybe the hips are starting to rise up a little higher now as your body's getting warmer. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Right foot back, left foot back, high plank pose. Vinyasa flow, low plank, up dog, downward facing dog. Nice. Rest into the heels. Relax, relax, relax. Inhale, right leg rises, three-legged down dog. Watch those hips. Rest that left heel down. Relax these shoulders. Exhale. Step the right foot forward. Float the back left leg up. Play around with your options. It's your warrior three. Acknowledge those shoulders. Acknowledge your core. Flex that back foot. Gaze down towards the mat. Hold for two. And one, bring it back to the runner's lunge. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back to a plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your reset, pedal and move, whatever works for you. This is also a good space for a child's pose if it's starting to become a lot. Take a little breather, breathe it out for three, two, and then we'll come back to the top of the mat. Right foot, left foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your spine all the way up to the top, shoulders, head, hands reach up nice and high. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Nice. Let's keep it going. We're going to take it to our figure four chair is where we are. So from the warrior three, we bring that back foot forward. Yes, so the figure four is next. Three-legged down dog again. Step the foot forward again. Slide the foot if it's in your practice, or float the foot as it comes forward if it's in your practice. You're trying to bring the ankle across that knee, right? So as you shift forward, ankle comes across the knee, hands come to your heart, sink into your chair. Remember, a little bit of a bend into this knee gives you a chair. Start to sink down as deep as you feel comfortable. Also, with this knee that's crossed, use the muscles in this leg and pull those knees down towards the floor, right? So when you're finding that figure four chair, you want to make sure the weight shifts into your foot. You want to make sure that you're sliding and lifting forward. You're crossing the ankle over the knee. You're sinking down into the heel of your foot, being able to lift those toes. And you also want to have that good cross and use the muscles in that leg to open this hip as well. Find your balance, be in that space. Go as slow as you need to, okay? Sink in as deep as you need to. Stay up as high as you need to. Let's do it. Toes, heels equally apart. Inhale. Reach the hands all the way up. Exhale. Bend the knees, belly to the thighs, and fold. Good. Inhale. Halfway lift. Flatten the back. Exhale, palms to the mat. Take it back. Left foot, right foot, high plank pose. Have your vinyasa, low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. All right, here we go. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged down dog. Exhale, left foot steps towards the top of the mat. Whole foot down. Shift the weight into the left foot. Rise up nice and high. Right ankle crosses over the left knee. Start to sink in. Hands can come to the heart. If you're looking for a little more, maybe they come all the way over the head. Hold and breathe right here for just three. Two. And one. Back to that plank. Runner's lunge first. Right foot goes back. Hands come down. Left foot goes back. Vinyasa flow. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Reset. Breathe. Maybe a child's pose right here for three. Two. Step or float back to the top. Left, right. Forward fold. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold. Roll your spine all the way up to the top. Shoulders, head, hands. Reach up nice and high. Deep inhale. Blow it out. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, belly to the thighs, and fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step or float to the back. And if you're floating back, float back to that chaturanga, not to that strong high plank. You want to be in a nice, comfortable chaturanga, bend into those elbows, right? Meet me back in this downward facing dog. And we're going on the right side. Inhale, right leg rises, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step the right foot to the top. Remember, use that back foot, shift forward. You want that float, have at it. Left ankle crosses the right knee. Hands can come wherever you prefer them. Pull that left knee down, sink into this space. Hold and breathe for just three, two, and one. Left foot goes towards the back of the mat. Right foot follows. Vinyasa float. Option to float that leg if it's in your practice. Breathe, 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 reset and recover. And then step or float back to the top, right, left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your spine all the way up to the top. Lower back, middle back, upper back. And exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Very good. Yay. Let's keep it moving. We got one more pose to add to this flow, and we'll turn it into a flow and really have a little bit of fun seeing where that balance is at this point in the practice. All right. So our last flow to add in is what do we do at the end? We take a victory dance. That's right. We're going to do dance. So you're reaching back for the foot, right? That's already a challenge. So if that's your space, that's your space, right? If you're just reaching back for the foot, you can't quite grab the foot, take the opposite hand up, hold that stack, bend the knee, reach back for that foot, and that's just a good space for you. If dancer is going to be in your practice, so you're reaching back, you grab your foot with your hand. You start to lean your body a little bit forward. Once that right foot is grabbed, the left hand is up, okay? So you start to lean your body just a little bit forward. And to begin opening this hip, you want to kick your foot into your hand. You want to pull your foot with your hand. And you'll lower the shoulders to about to the hip height if you can, but any comfortable space after that is a very good dancer, right? Most importantly, balance. Spread those toes out on the opposite side, okay? Let's hop into it. Toes, heels, equally apart. Weight into the heels of the feet, ankles, knees, hips, long through the spine, top of the head, top of the body. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, bend the knees, belly to the thighs, and fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten the back. Exhale, palms to the mat. Left foot steps back, right foot steps back. High plank pose, vinyasa flow, low plank. Up dog, downward facing dog. Remember your alignment cues for that vinyasa flow. Let's not start to get to a space where we're just flowing through it and not paying attention. Remember to keep everything together. Those are your basics. You need them. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step the left foot to the top of the mat. Once you have the left foot there, you're going to press it to the left foot, start to stand tall, bend the right knee, reach back with the right hand and grab that right foot. Squeeze the knees together first before we start to go into this. Left hand starts to rise to find your dancer. Your left hand can start to come forward as your shoulders start to come down. Again, right here, you're going to kick the foot into the hand, pull the foot with the hand, and that'll open. Keep squeezing those knees together on that line. Option to take a mudra if it's in your practice. Breathe for three, two. Coming back to the runner's lunge. Gently release this back foot. Lower the hands down to the mat and step back. Come back to your plank. Vinyasa flow. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Good. And then let's take it back to the top of the mat. Left foot, right foot, forward fold, step or float, your choice. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your spine all the way up to the top, shoulders, head, hands. Take a deep inhale. Blow it out, exhale. One more inhale. Exhale and fold all the way down, belly to the thighs. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Back to the plank. Right foot goes back. Left foot goes back. High plank pose. Knees up or down. As always, low plank. Up dog or cobra if you just want a little less. And downward facing dog. Breathe it out, reset, restore, and here we go. Inhale, right leg rises, three-legged down dog. Exhale, remember, it doesn't matter how far that foot comes forward as long as the whole thing is down. Press and stand tall. Left knee bends, left hand, left foot. Squeeze the knees together. Right hand rises and maybe starts to sink in. Again, if you can't grab that foot, just right here, reaching that hand back, lifting that foot, squeezing the knees together. This is also a good dancer. Let's hold and breathe. If you have a strap, it could go here, but this is also very good in the strengthening. Hold for two and one. Come back to that lunge. Good. Step back to that plank. Have your vinyasa flow, low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out, reset and recover. Step and float to the top of the mat. Right foot, left foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your spine all the way up to the top. Shoulders, head, hands reach up nice and high. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. All right, you've learned 4 new asanas. It's time to put them right together in the middle, turn them into a flow. Now we're going to go from that knee in first, or that toe right? For the L stand, we'll take it all the way back to the Warrior Three. If you can, keep the leg nice and long and go all the way back for a little bit of a challenge. If that's a little bit much for you, then don't worry about it. Bring that foot down, gently slide it to the back, and then bring the hands down. Start to lift that back leg. Take it on your own space, right? It doesn't matter. You still get the asana, so you still get all the benefits. And that transition will be challenging for you. As long as it's challenging on your level for your practice, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. Let's put it all together. Top of the mat, toes, heels, equally apart. Weight into the heels of the feet, ankles, knees, hips, long through the spine, top of the head, top of the body. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Relax the shoulders down. Exhale, bend the knees and fold. Lower the body down to the thighs, but find that hamstring stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Flatten out your back. Keep your spine long. Exhale. Bring it down. Let's take it back. Left foot goes back. Right foot goes back. High plank pose. Shift forward. Shoulders over the knuckles and then bend into the elbows. Find that chaturanga. Squeeze those elbows in. Inhale. Flip your toes. Lift your chest. Squeezing those thighs together and rolling these shoulders back to broaden out the chest. Exhale. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Rest into the heels. A little bend into the knees. Relax those shoulders to find the space. Breathe for 3, 2. Inhale, left leg rises, 3-legged down dog. Watch those hips. Exhale, left foot steps to the top. Here we go, right here. We're shifting to the left foot. Right foot may float or drag is your choice. Right knee comes up into the chest on the exhale. Inhale through the extend. Peace figures to the toes if it's in your practice. Stack those shoulders. Strong. Spread out those left toes. Breathe for 3, 2, warrior 3. Take that right leg all the way towards the back of the mat. Keep that foot flexed. Start to lower the shoulders to the hip height. Play around with the hands any way you like. Gaze down towards the mat to hold this space. Breathe here for just 3, 2, figure 4 chair. Inhale, start to lift the chest up. Pull that right knee in. Cross the right foot over the left knee. Sink down into this chair. Option to take the hands over the head if you want a little more. Pull that right knee down towards the mat. Breathe here for just 3, 2. Here comes our dancer. We're going to lift that right knee up and uncross the leg. Right hand comes to the right foot. Squeeze the knees together. Left hand is up nice and high. Start to lower and find our dancer space. Kick the foot into the hand. Pull the foot with the hand. Breathe for 3, 2. A little bend into the knee. Release the foot gently. Hands come down. Step back to the runner's lunge. Inhale back to the plank and have that vinyasa flow low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Take a reset. Maybe it's child's pose. Maybe it's movement in this down dog. Whatever you need right here. Let it breathe, breathe, breathe. And we'll take it back to the top of the mat. Left foot, right foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Roll your spine all the way up to the top. Shoulders, head, hands. Reach up nice and high. This is our last intentional breath of the day. Take a deep inhale. Blow it all out. Exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees, belly to the thighs, and fold. Sink it all the way back down. Good. Inhale. Halfway lift, flatten the back. Exhale. Palms to the mat. Right foot back. Left foot back. High plank pose. Knees up or down. Vinyasa flow. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Take what you need. Have it right here. Take a little reset. Relax those shoulders. Check on your alignment. And then let's get ready to go. Inhale, right leg rises, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, L stand. Right foot comes towards the top. Lift all the way up. Left hand, left knee, or peace fingers to the toes is your choice. Hold and breathe for just 3, 2, warrior 3. Maybe that left foot comes down, slides to the back. Maybe the hands come down and then float that back leg up as we press through that right heel. A little bend can be into this knee as well. That's comfortable. Flex those back toes. Hold and breathe. 3, 2. Figure four. Maybe we're dragging that foot again, bringing it back to the front, standing nice and tall. Left ankle crosses over the right knee. Light little bend. Hands come to the heart. Top of the head, top of the body. The weight is into the heel of the foot, and you can move those toes because of it. Breathe for three, two. Here's our dancer. Left hand, left foot, right hand, nice and high. Squeeze the knees together. Hold right here or dive into your dancer. Breathe for three, two, and one. We're taking it all the way back to that lunge. Bring the hands down, step the foot back, go back to your plank, vinyasa flow, low plank. Up dog, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Take a child's pose if you need one, but let's just finish it up. Take it back to the top. Right foot, left foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rolliest roll of the day. Roll your spine all the way up. Lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, head, hands. Reach up nice and high. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Sun salutations. Check. You did it. You made it. Let's come on down to the mat. Have a space. Lay right here, while we're laying on our back, we're going to start with some windshield wipers. So you want to separate your feet as wide as your mat. And then you're just going to let both knees go to the same direction. We'll start them going down to the right and then lift them up and take them back to the left. Try to keep your shoulders connected to the mat. Try not to let anything else really move. Just lift those knees and rotate them over to the other side. Now, as you do this as well, remember these are windshield wipers and it's your space, right? So maybe you like a little bit more movement, a little bit more speed. Maybe you prefer to take a second right here and hang out into this twist. And then take a second on the other side and hang out into this twist. It's up to you. Allow it to let your breath come back to normal. Let you recover from the numerous amounts of sun salutations, the balance and hard to play. Let your legs return back to normal. Right here, we're going to pull the knees back up to the top. Exhale, pull the knees into the chest, wrap the arms around, give yourself a big squeeze. If this is uncomfortable for you, feel free to take the hands right behind the thighs and give yourself the squeeze here. But if you like it, you can handle it a little more. Bring it across and squeeze it all in. If you want to lift the forehead towards the knees, you can, or you can just keep it onto the back. If you want to rock from side to side, you can. Little pro tip here. The more you pull the knees into the chest, the more that massage happens in the center of your back. If you pull the knees out of the chest a little bit, your lower back starts to come back down. And now that massage happens down at the lower part of the back. So it's your choice. Have both, have one, have the other. It's up to you. Have it the way you like it. Let's take a little bit of a lunge here. So we're going to hold this right knee. Let the left leg go all the way down. I'm going to find a little more space for my mats. Now take an exhale, pull this right knee into the chest a little bit. Keep pressing that left thigh down into the mat right here. Breathe for three, two, and then take the hands to the hamstring right behind that thigh. Start to press the right foot up towards the ceiling, nice and long. You're pressing that hamstring into your hands and pulling your toes back towards your face. And then let's rotate the toes around, find a little mobility to reset that again. Spread the toes out. Remember to go clockwise and counterclockwise. Go both ways and try to make a nice big circle. Yeah, and then we're going to take it to the hip. So we'll bend this knee again, bring the hands back to the top, and then roll this knee around in a circle, going clockwise a couple times, and then counterclockwise a couple times. Now, here's another little pro tip. You can have a really good controlled circle by using your hands doing this. If you decide to release your hands, you can have a much bigger range of motion as you go through this. It's up to you. It depends on who you are and what you like, how much you need, but have one you eat. And then we're just going to take a twist right here. So pull that right knee back over the chest. Take your left hand, grab the right knee, and pull the right knee across your body. Try to keep your shoulders connected to the mat. You can also slide a block underneath this knee. I don't know why I don't have my blocks today. I'm just not being a good person to get yoga. But you can slide a block right underneath his knee, or you can allow it to just continue to melt down and let gravity pull it down. Take an exhale and sink those shoulders down. And then take your right hand, reach all the way out to the right. You can look straight up at the ceiling right here. But if you want a little more twist to your spine, take your gaze and look across your body towards that right hand and have this full spinal twist. Inhale and exhale. Sink into it, embrace the twist, and allow it to happen. Breathe for four, three, two, And one. We're going to come back to our backs, pull both knees back into your chest, and have your ball again. If you like a happy baby right here, take it. Peace fingers to the toes, spread the knees wider than the body, and then let those knees sink down. Try to stack the heels over the knees. And again, this is happy baby. You can move. You can spread the legs out wider. Whatever feels good to your happy baby, you can do it in this space. It's up to you. If you like the ball, you can stay in the ball as well. You don't have to come to happy baby. Here, we'll find that lunge on the left side. So take the hands to the left knee. Right leg goes all the way down to the top of the mat. Good. And then exhale, pull that knee into the chest a little bit more. Good. If you feel like you need to, you can bring it out to the side as you pull it in, and that can give you a little more hip opening right here. If you feel like there's a good need for that, go ahead and take it. And then the hands will come behind the hamstring. Press the left heel up to the ceiling, the left hamstring into the hands after you make that basket behind. Good. Rotate those toes around. Spread those toes out. Bring the mobility back into this ankle. Good. And then we're going to roll it around. Bend the left knee. Hands come to the top. Start to draw that circle again. If you want to take it a little bigger, release the hands and take it a little bigger. Clockwise and counterclockwise. If you like having that control, or you're feeling like a space where there's a little bit of a pain, a little bit of a discomfort, and take a little bit more control and use your hands and find that space where it is. Have that acknowledgement so that you can start to protect yourself and start to do what you need to do to recover. And then I'll twist right hand, left knee, take it across the body. Gaze up to the ceiling, bring the shoulders back towards the mat. Left hand can go out to the left if it's in the practice. You can even have it behind the head right here, and then allow yourself to twist and lay over into this hand. It's your choice. Sometimes we want to bind. We bring that left hand to the right foot and have a little bit of a bind into this twist. That's a good space as well. You'll be comfortable. Some of us love it. Some of us will be like, nah, what's wrong with you? That's crazy. You be you, either way. Hold for 3, 2, gentle release, come back to a butterfly, bottoms of the feet together, knees fall apart, left and right, hands come over the belly. Take a breather, inhale and exhale. Every time you exhale, take a moment in your body, see if you can relax something a little bit more. How are your glutes feeling right now? A lot of times when we come to this butterfly pose, the glutes will squeeze and help support those knees. Can we exhale those glutes and let them relax a little bit and let the knees melt down a little deeper? What about the shoulders? Are they tense? Can we exhale and let them melt a little heavier into the mat? Are we squeezing our forehead skin together to try to focus so much? Can we exhale and relax your face and your jaw? And then let's just take a few moments right here to breathe. If you've had enough of the butterfly, slide your legs out a little longer, but we're just going to take a few more breaths right here. Deep inhale. Feel your body rise up and exhale. Feel yourself melt heavier into your mat. Focus on your breathing. Try not to have any other thoughts, but focusing on how your body feels as you inhale and as you exhale. Good. When you're ready, if you're still in the butterfly, pull your knees together, back and up. And then you're going to roll over to your right to have a moment of fetal pose. Reflect, recover, restore. Soak in the things that you learned today. Leave behind the things that you don't need. When you're ready, bring your top hand down, press and lift yourself up. Come back to a comfortable, seated, easy pose. We'll have our wellness check before we finish, and we'll get on out of here. Lift the shoulders nice and high over the hips. Bring your hands to heart center. Take your chin over your right shoulder. Deep inhale through your nose. Loudly out the mouth. And then slowly twist around over your left shoulder. Inhale through the nose. Loudly out the mouth. And then come back to the center. I want to thank you for sharing your journey with me today. I leave you with light, love, and peace. Thank you, yogis. I appreciate you flowing with me and joining the Sun Salutation series. I'm going to bring you another one quite soon. Let me know what you want to work on, and I will do it. I will plan it. We will do it together. It will be for me. It will be for you. It will be for us. But let's make this community grow, and let's make it beneficial for all of us. You can find me anywhere on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, my website. Also, you can find me in all the spaces. Reach out to me, book a session. Let's figure it out together. Let's work on it together. Let's find a space for you so you can be healthy and happy for a long, long time in your life. But until then, I am Champion Yogi and I leave you with light, love,